Hello, Katy Christian Academy. This is Sharon McKee, and I am your online instructor for today. Actually, I'm just doing your quick chapel lesson, and so let's get started. I wanted to ask you a question. If you have ever heard of the famous artist, sculptor named Michelangelo. He was a Renaissance man from the 1400s, and he was a famous, I gotta get these comments out of the way so I don't get distracted, a famous artist, sculptor, all kinds of things. And he was buddies with Leonardo, not DiCaprio, but Da Vinci. And he worked on the Sistine Chapel, and he made some very famous sculptures like the David, which I got to see a couple years ago, back when traveling was a thing. Anyway, and so he was a famous sculptor. And this is a quote from him. He says, "The sculpture is already complete within the marble block before I start my work. It's already there. I just have to chisel away the superfluous material." So that's pretty amazing that he would see a block of marble or rock, and what the common observer would see would be just a big blob, not a blob, but just a brick or a big square or whatever shape it was, just a big rock. But he would see something well beyond that, what was inside, trapped inside, trying to get out. It just had a lot of other rock in the way. And he went on to say, every block of stone has a statue or something beautiful inside. It just has to be revealed through the process of elimination. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about a little bit, is this process of elimination. Now, I'm no Michelangelo. I don't have a chisel, so don't worry about that. But I do want to talk about consecration and transformation through elimination. Now, since I don't have a big block of marble, I'm going to be using soap. I saw someone use this the other day in an illustration. I thought that's pretty cool. I can do that. So soap is a very relevant object in our times right now. It's a clean and sanitary object, and one we should be using several times a day. But the art of sculpting really isn't about, shaping it or melting it or adding things to it, colors, sparkles, sprinkles. It's really about taking stuff away. Do y'all know anything about stuff being taken away? Yes, you do. You had your sports taken away. We had convention taken away. We had Friday Night Fire taken away. Some seniors all across the globe are having their graduations taken away. Hopefully we won't have that. Our social gatherings taken away. Church gatherings, malls, restaurants, all kinds of stuff have been eliminated. They have been eliminated. Stuff that we thought was essential. Apparently, they're not essential because we are surviving without them. So we're finding out now that all this stuff is being taken away, what's being revealed. What's being revealed? We're finding out what our excuses really are. Is it lack of discipline? Is it lack of desire, neglect? Some people are thriving. They're doing amazing. But it's also a chance to not only be revealed, but also transformed. Because God sees inside of you what's been there all this time, and maybe it's time that we had it revealed to us. And so I'm going to do a little bit of sculpting here. I'm going to take my knife and begin to carve, be the amazing artist that I am, carve and shape this bar of soap and see what's hiding in there. What's under all this extra stuff, the schedules and the busyness and the performances and the crowds. What's under all of that? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, got soap flying everywhere. Woo. Oh, what's under there? Oh, a little head there, little legs there. Okay. Woo. Whew. Something was revealed underneath all that stuff. It's a goat. I'm just kidding. No, it's kidding. Anyway, goat. I don't know what was revealed when all your stuff was eliminated. Maybe it wasn't a goat, but some of us, we realized that buried underneath all that stuff was our stubborn nature. And some of you have revealed an angel, who knows. But my point is that all this elimination is bringing some revelation. Once all the stuff's cut away, we find out what we're really made of, what our excuses are, what our heart's desires are. But it's not just to be shamed or condemned, but revelation, God only brings it. Condemnation brings you away from God and makes you not want to try, keeps you away from prayer, away from the altar. But conviction, now that brings you to God. And God always deals with conviction. If it's condemnation, that's your flesh or the devil, and you don't need no part of that. Don't need any part of that. But conviction, whenever you realize, hey, I need to work on some stuff, then we move into transformation. Because, during this time, we have time. And we can look back at this, and we're going to hear some of the greatest, I believe, stories and testimonies and revelations and callings of people that have really got in touch with their spirituality and the realization that things can change really quickly and that the Lord's coming back really quickly, and what our priorities are. Underneath all the fluff and the mask of the crowd, all these performances, all this stuff that was just a habit, we realize that some work needs to be done. And so the Lord has quieted all of the distractions, eliminated consecration. Anytime you want to get closer to the Lord, all you have to do is set yourself apart. Consecration is really just being set apart, eliminating some things. And if we will allow ourselves to be submitted to the Lord during this time, not only can He eliminate some stuff and reveal our true nature, but then we become transformed. Okay, I got it. Sophie is trying to give me some notes here, but you're so sweet. You want to come on camera and say hi to everybody? This is Sophia. Say hi. She misses all of her buddies. She's going to go live with her dad in a minute for the elementary classes. But after a while, when we see the goat, if we will yield ourselves to the Lord during this time and hear His voice, now that everything else has been turned down, if you'll turn off Netflix for a minute, hello, somebody, and listen to the Lord, then He can continue to work on us and transform us. Like my sounds there? And become a sheep. All right? So, what was once a goat, which is stubborn and non-compliant, who enjoys, looking for a way out, digesting the wrong things, if we will submit ourselves to the Lord and respond to His voice, we can become sheep. Sheep love spending time with the shepherd. The sheep know His voice. The sheep are looking for ways to get closer to the shepherd, not ways to chew holes in the fence. Hello. So, that is the goal. This whole experience is bringing revelation through elimination. But we don't stop there. We go on to transformation. And we can come out of this stronger and more like the Lord. Because He's coming back. He's coming back for a bride without spot or wrinkle. He's coming back for sheep who know His voice. And Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you will be able to test and approve what is God's will, His good, perfect, and pleasing will." Another translation says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of the world, but let the Lord transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." So just take advantage of this time, and all the blob that was our lives before has been cut away. And maybe it revealed that you're just a kid inside. Or, He's trying to transform you. So yield and become a sheep that can be obedient to the shepherd's voice. All right, so that's my lesson for you today. I love you and miss you. Just yield to the sculptor's touch and let Him transform you today. God bless you, and I will see you soon. Bye. You want to go ahead and finish for me?
I don't know how to.
Just finish right there. And I'll just wave. Bye. Bye. Keep hitting it.